Alright, this is the second part of the second part. So basically I'm splitting the videos into two because the first one got somewhat long, so this is going to be touhou 1cc Guide Series part 2 of 2. We are going to look at stage 4. So, because I'm going to upload this relatively close behind the other one, the first part of part 2, there will be no intro. So, let's jump right in. Here, practice mode, just like the last part. Stage 4. Okay. Scary stage. We have patchouli, we have a lot of tiny pressure, making patterns, dodging, micro dodging, fast moving bullets, big bullets. Let's see how we can optimize this stage and hopefully get through it relatively safely. Again, the good old strategy applies. Go to the left. You can also do it on the right, but I like to go to the left. So we start here, like this. Wait here, the first fighters are going to spawn. We want to shoot them down as quickly as possible. You see here, the bullet density got reduced drastically because we shot them down so quick they couldn't shoot. We already learned this. The best thing in touhou is to shoot down stuff as quickly as possible. I already said this, but I'm going to repeat it. The more you shoot down, the less you have to dodge, because the less the enemies are going to shoot. So, next up, we have these yin-yang ghost spiral. Not spiral. They are the yin-yang circle enemies spinning. Those, we have two options to dodge these here. We can either micro dodge or macro dodge. Basically we can move around everything or go besides everything. I'm going to show you. Let's begin with micro. This is going to be micro. This might be scary for beginners, but it's a viable option. As you can see, you get through it. The only problem with micro is that sometimes you get blocked in. You saw there, I was dodging down there still, and these fighters already spawned and started shooting. So when you macro dodge, you have this advantage which I'm going to show you now. So let me go back here and show you the advantage we are going to get. Again, shooting these down as quickly as possible. Now I'm going to macro dodge, dodging around everything, like this. You see, now I have the advantage of being faster. So, you saw there, I was again able to reduce the bullet density by shooting down those fighters before they could shoot. So, I would recommend macro. On the higher difficulty, you have to micro dodge because the bullet amount is so huge that you would have to move so you would have to restream such big clusters of bullets that it's not worth it. But on normal mode, the macro dodging is more beneficial for you. Okay, moving on. Again here, the macro dodge, like this, and then again move around here. We have a new mechanic incoming, cancels. Those are going to be important on the last section of this stage in particular. Here you wanna keep the pressure on these fighters and they are going to cancel all the bullets on screen, so just watch out and shoot at one fighter. Don't move around because the homing shot doesn't do much damage, so you have to focus on one fighter, so you get that cancel and then you can shoot the next one down, you get again the cancel and so on. Here again, these are the same enemies on this next section, you can already see. And macro dodging around here. Oh, here they come, the books. So, these books, they spawn randomly. There are a few patterns, some are better than others. There are some patterns that are somewhat impossible on Lunatic. Those are the devilish patterns. But if they spawn like they spawned here, relatively close to each other, you can see how you see there was a line, a gap, a line of free space, and one book spawned there on the left side that had that other bullet that was coming diagonally from the left down. So by moving up slowly through the lines, we could dodge that relatively easily. Okay, on this next section is the mid-boss, Kwakuma. She can screw you over if she decides to shoot these kunai in erratic patterns. Can close you the gaps, but if you watch out and know that the big circle bullets are somewhat hollow and the hitbox is relatively lenient, you should get through here relatively easily. Those should not be much of a challenge, but it can get stupid and strange. But it depends, you have to really get a sense of how the spiral and how you can dodge it, and watch out for the stray bullets. Those are the bullets that really matter in this case. Again, those are the bullets you have to watch out for, the scattered bullets. The other ones are so clear and big that you can always find a gap. Now she's going to drop a bomb, and if you watched the last episode of this episode, you saw that we used the bomb from the previous episode from Daiose of stage 2. If you use that bomb on Mei Ling on the last spell card, that's so impossible, then you come here with 3, and then if you pick up this bomb, you have 4 again. So you have the same amount of bullets the same amount of bombs we left on stage 2 to stage 3 basically. And that's good. It would be even better if you don't bomb on the last spell card of Mei Ling, but truth be told, that spell is really difficult. So on this next section, these enemies are free. I don't remember exactly how many waves of these are free. I think 3? Yes, 3 waves of these are free. Then we again have to prepare here. And here it's really beneficial to macro. You don't want to micro here, because these 2 books that spawn, they are going to shoot lasers down and they are going to wall you in. So you saw me go to the left here again and move to the right, and we want to shoot down that right book as soon as possible so we can get as much space. You see, like this. Oh no, I died. Now I can't show it. I have to repeat the stage. Oh, I was doing so good. Pausing is difficult and resume to play. Yep, I knew that would happen. Now I can quick explain this again. Beginning. Reduce the bullet density by shooting down these as quickly as possible. Macro these by moving around. Again, shoot these down as quickly as possible to reduce the bullet density. Macro this. Here's going to be the cancel. Move to the other side. Get the cancel again. Macro this. Macro this as well. Now these books spawn completely different. You have to watch out here. And now I've remembered something. You saw me there. I was basically moving in the same direction as those bullets. So by concentrating to move with those bullets in that direction, I just dodge the ones that come from the other side. So I don't have to look at both sides at once. I don't know if I'm explaining this quickly here too bad. I don't explain it well, but you saw me, I moved with those bullets, going with them to dodge the ones on the other side, and by moving with the other bullets I don't have to worry about them because I know they're not going to hit me because I move at the same speed. Big Boss Quakuma, watch out for the kunais. Everything should be fine. Now come the 3 free waves before the difficult section where I died before. Again, I'm moving to the left. Slowly moving in that direction. I go here. Shoot this book down as quickly as possible and move into the middle. That's the movement. And those rings of bullets that the books shoot, those are aimed at you, so you should by now know what to do, basically. So we are going to sidestep most of this. But you can see, by shooting the right book down so quickly, we have just one line of aimed bullets, so we can slowly move up or slowly move down if we have enough space. That's how this part is done. Again, shoot one book down. This side, I wasn't fast enough. Now you can, that could be a good backup strategy I did there. You saw me, I moved up and down, slowly up and down. And why do I do that? So the aimed bullets don't wall me in. If I constantly go down, then a bullet could come from in the front and I can't move up again. So I move up to bait the bullet to shoot higher, and then I go down and I go up again to mitigate the bullets walling me in. Like that. So I have survived here. And see, it wasn't that hard. But ideally, you want to move to the right there as quickly as possible and shoot that book down, so you have more space. This is the next section, which again, we have those fairies that allow us to cancel all the bullets that are on the screen. So again, we are going to focus our firepower on that fairy, like this. You see that was pretty scary, but it always works just in time, like that. You might want to move around here. And now, this is a interesting section where these enemies again spawn. We can either macro again, but I like to really keep the pressure on these and shoot them down as quickly as possible. You are going to see there are going to be very little bullets that are actually going to get fired from these enemies if you know where they spawn, like this. And we are basically going to move around these, macro them, like this. And this will be the most scary section of the whole stage. If you mess this up, this part, if you mess this up, you have to use a bomb. Let's see if I can do it. You shoot the middle a bit. I did it perfectly. You saw there? You damage the middle fiery a little bit, just enough. Then you move to the left, so you can get the cancel just in time. And then you go to the middle again to get another cancel, and because you damage the fiery before, it's going to cancel much easier because you already did damage, and then you move to the last fiery. And that's this section here, where you basically are screwed if you mess this up. Whew. That's one heck of a difficult stage. And now we have a tough boss ahead of us. Patchouli. She might have asthma, but her attacks don't really show it. I can tell you that. Alright, Patchouli, let's see how well I do here. Let's pause here. The music is soothing. But let's talk a bit about the first attack, or you know, the non-spell, the first one, basically the first attack. It's going to be slightly similar as Chirino, where we use misdirection, but Patchouli's attack is going to be more pressuring and more. It's going to confine you more, and you are going to have lesser movement space, basically less movement space to work with. So let's do this. Let's begin here. We have these switching lasers. We want to remember the movement I did there. We go to left to right and then right to left. You should be used to that movement by now. If we always start from the left and go to the right, it has been like all the stages now have been like that. So now she's going to shoot these, which are aimed. And that movement there, it might look really impractical, but it has a lot of meaning behind it. Basically, we have those aimed bullets that she shoots that are going to block our path if we don't misdirect them. So you saw me move there out of the way to get them spread out as much as possible, so we have a gap to move through. Again, you see I'm moving up here to get those bullets out of the way. That movement there was a bit excessive, but to demonstrate it, you get the idea. Okay, that was that non-spell. Now we have these fire bullets, and those are going to crisscross. So we basically want to look for gaps on the sides. Those bullets are going to come from the side. We are going to want to dodge one wave and then the next wave, and we really don't want to dodge them all at once. You can see me, I move here a lot to get the optimal gap, so I don't have to do that small movement in the middle. This spell is pretty hard, I would say. And you have to remember, eosd has a ranking system, so if you don't get hit, all the bullets are going to get faster and there are going to be more bullets. It's funny, I'm going to make an interesting trivia video after I do the 1cc guide. I'm going to show you how the rank system affects the spells. It's really interesting. Now, this non-spell again is going to be a variant of the first one. Let's see it. it's going to be faster and more aggressive. You can see me? I misdirect those bullets, the red ones. Those are going to block our path, and by moving here on this side, when you can already basically sidestep them, and they are going to not be in your way. Okay, this spell here, it's a lot of yellow bullets that move. They move side to side and so fall apart, like you could call it random. It's a strange movement. You really have little options here. There is not much to do. Just watch for gaps and dodge as best as possible. Now that I see the spell, I can actually see that it somewhat is crisscrossing. You can see where it says quit game. Those at that position on the screen is where the bullets start moving. The one move in one direction and the other ones move in the other direction. So it's basically a random crisscross falling apart bullet mess. Just dodge and pray. And you can see me, I'm relatively on the bottom of the screen because in this scenario you can see where the most density is here on the middle of the screen. So don't go there. Stay low and search for a gap. Got it. Now we have this spell. Oh boy. Now we have a mix. We have the yellow bullets and fire bullets. Again, the priority would be find a gap of the fire bullets so you can move up, and the yellow bullets, those are going to restrict your left and right movement. So watch out for these, watch out for the others. Don't try to dodge everything at once. Look for a path, always. If you can't see a way through, then bomb. You can see here, there are some lanes that open up where you can dodge through. Mercury Poison, one of my favorite spells. This one, we are going to learn what I said on the books before. Let's do this. You can see I'm moving with the blue, I'm moving with the yellow. I'm moving with the blue, I'm moving with the yellow. I'm moving with the blue, the yellow. Like that. You can basically dodge this by moving left and right. And thankfully, on normal mode, she has not another spell. On hard mode, she has another spell and it's really difficult. Wow! That was a boss. No kidding. That's really difficult. Now that I'm looking at it, even on normal mode. Wow. Patchouli sure is a finger stretcher after stage 1, 2 and 3. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to go through stage 4 again. I think I have explained everything as good as I could. You can watch it again if you really want to get everything, analyze everything and look at it again. So that's going to be part 2 of 2 of the Touhou 1cc Guide series of Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. This was your host, Lorenzo. Next time, stage 5 and 6 probably, again in 2 parts. I'm excited and scared at the same time for stage 5. Stage 6, not as much. Stage 6 is not that hard. the end boss, Remilia, can get a bit questionable sometimes. But anyway, see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.